Yes, yes, yes. How we all doing today? Welcome back to D's Daily DD, where we talk about our favorite stocks daily, Monday through Friday. I got you covered. That's right. Thanks for stopping by again. Yesterday was awesome. We put up another video, man. We are on a roll. I just want to say thank you for all the views. I was not expecting to get this amount, but we are over 500 views already collectively with all the videos I put out. So thank you so much, everybody. That's awesome. So yeah, another day, another dollar. Let's talk about the market. What happened today? I got a couple stocks to go over again, so we're just gonna cover the same ones because there a lot of information. I put a lot of key information in this video for AMC, Bitfarms, and Lucid. They're the same ones we've been covering, right? And two out of the three today had a green day. So I had a green day, but not a super green one, right? But green is green, right? So gotta be happy for that. Now, before we jump into that key information, I'm gonna go over what I called some trading rules that I follow, right? So I've created my own. You've probably seen a couple of them before, but it is important to stick to these when trading if you wanna collect some profits. So let's go over here and pull this up. Cool. And we've had some growing pains along the way. I kind of have everything lined up here. I noticed that yesterday the green frame around me was just a little bit off, but it's all fixed today. So no worries, here we go. All right, guys, so the first thing we're gonna go over before we get all the key information started is I'm gonna show you these 5 basic rules that I trade by that I created here. So let me pull up the keynotes. Alrighty, so these rules to trade by right here. Do your due diligence, right? Only trade stocks that you do some research on and that you understand what's going on with the company or the crypto. I recommend only choosing those companies, right? Do your DD on that, due diligence. Number 2 is only buy stocks or options you can afford. What I mean by that is, like, unless you have $1 million to go trade with, I can't tell you anything. Go buy Bitcoin, go buy Walmart, go buy all that stuff. I like to buy stocks that are between $5 and $15, $20 in that range, because that way I can accumulate 100 shares or more, and that way I can make profits as the prices go up, because I don't have 60K to throw into Bitcoin, right? So I'm not going to be buying Bitcoin. Number 3 is going to be manage your risk. Always realize that the stock market is not your friend. You're competing against everybody trying to make money, right? So you have to use a lot of logic. It's good not to trade off emotions. You have to use your logic and your brain, right? And look at the math. All right, number 4 is never go all in. Never risk your whole portfolio. You want to diversify, right? You want to be a visionary, is what I like to say. Is always think about the future and what are people going to be doing in a few months or a few years, most likely, right? To your best knowledge, by doing your research, you will have an understanding of that, right? Okay, so number 5 is don't FOMO all the time. A lot of these squeeze plays can look tempting and you might want to get in, but unless you've been trading for a while and you kind of know what to look for, you're probably going to get burned, and that's not a good way or a good first impression for the market, right? So always have an exit plan. If you do play those volatile plays, make sure you have an entry point and an exit point, right? And nobody's ever going to time it right, but once you get practice over time, you can at least get pretty close, right? And protect your profits. So I just wanted to go over that for a second, give y'all guys that heads up. And then the next thing is going to be, you always want to build a watch list. So a watch list consists of just companies that you add, and it doesn't mean that you're invested in them, but you can watch them over time. So if you like a company and you're just not sure if it's a good time to get in or out, then you can use the watch list and you can build your watch list over time. I like to mix it up, right, with energy, entertainment, technology, all that stuff mixed in. That way I can, again, diversify my portfolio. So I just wanted to look over that real quick. All right, let's get into Lucid Motors. That's going to be the first one right here, right? I got the file updated and full screen. I realize there's a better visual for you guys if we just do this, right? So here we go. Today, Lucid had another green day. So again, if you picked up shares around the $33 range, you're sitting pretty right now, right? You're sitting green. Volume was 40 million today. The average is 39, so the volume kind of has calmed down a bit. but you still see the price going up. So that means that people are buying more shares, or institutions, right? Right now, when we go to the charts, we're going to actually look at order flow, and that will tell you who's buying. It can break it down by large, medium, and small orders, right? The stock price went up to 37.02 from 36.54, which means that's a gain of 1.55% for the day. That's just during regular market hours. Shares left to borrow is 3 million right now, right? And the fee is 0.63 to short that. You got your Fintel link, and then I haven't switched up the strategy. I haven't seen any new news. Like I said yesterday, I gave you guys the link to that video if you want to check out the premiere video of them showing the features of the Lucid Air, right? And that's all I got for the summary. So we can head on over to the chart real quick. Perfect. Okay, where do we got Lucid? Right here. Okay, look at this. Haven't touched anything. Now that we've been talking about Lucid for a couple days, you can go ahead and see that it's following the blue trend line. Remember we drew this and moved it? So check this out. Still pulled that move, consolidated, bounced, and went up, right? So we're still looking for this uptrend. Now it is right on the line. So unless you see more volume, it's probably going to come down a little bit to retest this one again. I can see that happening. So I'm not always bullish. I'm going to give it to you raw and straight, right? Just how it looks on the chart. But unless it has a lot of volume tomorrow, I don't see that going up tomorrow because Fridays are typically red, in my opinion. Like a lot of Fridays are just normally red, and that has a lot to do with the options chain, I think. So don't expect too much green unless a huge news catalyst comes out tomorrow. But we'll probably won't see much action until next week on Lucid. And that's all I got for Lucid right now. So let's go back to, let's talk about Bitfarms now. Cool. Let's go ahead and play that. So today Bitfarm was in the green again, and the volume was nuts today for compared to its historical self. We got 15.8 million right now. Wow, that's a lot of volume for Bitfarm. That's some good news. That's some bullish news. So if you picked up shares a couple of days ago, again, you're looking good right now, right? The stock price went up to $7.20 from $6.72 with a gain of 5.11% for the day. Shares left to borrow 3.1 million, and the fee is still up there, right? 5.81%. That's good to see. And the same strategy is just hold. This earnings report is going to come out on the 16th, and trust me, they have been busy. They have been growing, and if you go check out their website, bitfarms.com, there's a lot of up-to-date info there too that you can look at if you want to check them out. But this is definitely a good example of a 6 month to a year hold, right? And luckily I'm up in green in my position now. It's looking pretty good. We can go look at the chart now. And this is Bitfarm. And all right, you see this bar that we drew yesterday? It's a good zone, right, to go off of. It bounced, like I said, and now it's following up. It went up today again, and now it's consolidating in this new price area. Now we did meet resistance at 750. That has been a long-term resistance. So if we can break through that, that's going to basically be a technical breakout where we can possibly see new all-time highs for Bitfarm. Now you're talking about, I think it could go test like the $10 range at least. And we can do a quick bar right here too, because I see the consolidation. So you're going to want to just draw this trend line here and here. Match it, yellow, boom. Okay, now what I want to see for tomorrow is I want to see it hold this above $7 at least, right? It's kind of bouncing between $7.50. So tomorrow, it is Friday again. I don't know if we're going to see the same volume. This looks pretty bullish as of now, but it's probably going to keep running up until earnings, until the 16th, right? So if you were looking for a swing play, this is what could be called a swing play too. If you just want to play the earnings, You get in and you get out. But we're looking at $7.20. And what I was talking about is the order flow here. It'll break it down. So if you go to an analysis order flow, you can see right there that today there was 1.36 versus 0.20. That actually means that's big money. That's big positions coming in. So that could be institutions or hedge funds, right? Because they know what's coming. So medium 20.13 versus 16.79. And then small 7.14 versus 8.87. So the small is usually retail investors, right? So you don't see just a retail investor typically with just millions and millions of dollars to invest and buying just large positions, right? So they're usually accumulating over time. So at least you saw the large and the medium orders were outweighing the sell orders today. So that's why you see a lot of green, right? Correlates. And I think that's all I got for Bitfarm right now. So we can go ahead and move on to AMC. That's right. And I do have some crappy articles to go over. They're just funny, right? Every single time that AMC has a little bit of a red, they start bashing it and they start attacking it and doing all that craziness. Let's start off with the keynotes on AMC. Here we go. There it is. Wham bam, right? So AMC had a red day today. Unfortunately, they can't all be green. The market does move up and down, correct, right? So volume was actually low today. Low, 28 million. And I love to see the low volume. Like I said, it puts pressure on the shorts because it's kind of like squeezing their necks, right? Because they owe 100. Last time I looked, it was like over 100 shares that were on loan. And so the volume's 28. So how do you cover again 100 million shares with only 28 million volume? That means the days to cover is in three point something range the last time I saw. So the higher this goes, the better, because if the squeeze actually starts, then technically, you know, that's what it means, that it's supposed to take at least 3 days for them to cover all those shares. So that means the squeeze wouldn't last only 30 minutes. It wouldn't last only an hour. It would last for a couple days, right? So make sure that you understand that concept when you're involved in a short squeeze play, because that is the whole point. You want to squeeze these guys out of their position because they're in their position and they feel comfortable right now that they're thinking they're going to make money, right? But if we put pressure on them, then we can cause the squeeze, right? So the next thing is the stock price went down to 39.95 from 40.33, so that's negative 1.81%. Shares left to borrow 1.4 million, and 0.57 at the time of this recording is the fee. And you can go check the Fintel and all that good stuff. The earnings report comes out again on Monday. So on Monday, I will most likely just do a whole AMC video based on the report, and because I know that there's going to be a lot of attention that day, and a lot of people are going to want information on that and a summary and coverage on that. So I got it, all right? We're not going to look at the crazy awesome Stonko tracker today. You can go check it out if you'd like. It's just Stonko tracker. So what you want to go over to is we're going to actually look at this article that made me just laugh. Okay. All right, here it is. So this crap, the pool, right? So from Market Watch, AMC stock slips after another analyst turns bearish, saying retail investors will eventually cash out and move on. First off, retail investors don't really have anything to lose. We've already been poor. We've already been broke, right, for a long time. So that means that we're going to hold until we see a change, right? And everybody already knows, the true apes that are here that are still holding, they know what's going on, and they're not going to pay attention to this kind of crap. But it's just funny how they put it out every single time, right? So it was only a negative 3% drop today, which is not too much. But it says right here, shares of AMC Entertainment Holdings were in danger of suffering their first loss in 6 days. In 6 days, right? After Wedbush analyst Alicia Reese, whoever she is, turned bearish, evaluation concern more than offset optimism about the movie theater industry. Now again, they're referring to, you know, the apes, and they're saying that they're going to get bored right here. It says apes will eventually cash out. Yeah, we're going to cash out once we get paid, right? Until we see a change in the interest, because the short interest has been the same since January, between 17 to 22%, and it's just fluctuated in there. So that means that they have not fully closed out their positions. They never have. They're still open, right? And they're still probably adding to it. So here's the crap, here's the turd that they're referring to. This freaking article. It sucks. But no worries. Let's also just look over here. I want to also point something else out with AMC. So right now, according to Fidelity, retail owns about 64% of the shares, which means that the institutions have been picking up shares. Now, this isn't all good for us because we used to own, I remember when that said about 88%, 80%. So I do think because of all these squeeze plays, people have kind of like moved a little bit of the positions around. But when that FOMO hits, I guarantee you we're going to go back. And then the proof is here, right? So these are going to be the buys that the institutions have been purchasing lately. And this is just on AMC. So a green right here on green, that means it's a new position. If it's white, that means it's an established position. So they've been holding, right? And check this out. We're just going to scroll down. These are the investors. These are the amount of shares they're buying or have. So 92,000, 724,000, 111,000, right? And these are recently. This is in November, right? This is now. So if you scroll down, you tell me if you see them letting go of their shares. They're buying more. Why isn't retail buying more? Why is it stuck like that, right? So check this out. And then also, where do all these shares come from? I know that Aaron just exercised his options, the CEO, and he exercised 500, I believe it was 500,000 shares. So it would be 5,000 contracts times 100 because each contract is 100 shares. So he exercised that to put pressure on them, right? To show strength. And it's awesome that he did it right before earnings. So I think he's trying to send us a message, right? So check this out. Just keep scrolling down. Look at this. There's only, I think I saw one red one in here. But it's all green. They're accumulating shares since a few months ago, 2-3 months ago. There it is, one red one. Other than that, it's all green. Alrighty, let's just go look at the chart real quick. And check this out. We're still here. Nothing much has moved. Today's price action, unfortunately, doesn't really give us too much information. It just stayed in that $40 range to 39, 38, 37, something like that, right? So nothing much really changed there. We did notice there was resistance at 40, and the reason there is resistance at 40 is because of the chart that everybody's looking at, right? They know that we're looking at this breakout right here, and we want to see this breakout run, and we want to see heavy volume. And we know that come Monday, we're gonna see some volume, just based on all the attention and everything that's gonna be going on. But yeah, just kind of keeping it a little more short today. If I took too long on the other ones, let's just wrap it up here today, okay? So that's all I got for you guys, and I'll check you guys tomorrow. See you later. Have a great rest of your afternoon, okay?